Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. If you haven't been here before, my name is Leslie, and you've just wandered across my corner of the internet. Today, I'm trying a little experiment. I have picked two Canada Day or Canada, could be used outside of Canada Day, designs, and I'm about to use the laser engraver to engrave them onto dollar store wood signs. This one, I'll open the lid, is going to be engraved on a wood sign that is painted white. I pre-painted with chalk paint and let it dry. The next one is simply going to be done on the same kind of round. I'll show you. But using just bare unpainted wood, and we'll see which one we like better. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and get the machine started. I've already uploaded my design to Xtool. I've got it as centered as, well, not centered because I'm making it smaller than the actual wood round, but in there properly so that it will cut and engrave as needed. Now, I will not be showing it all to you only because it's going to take a while. So I'll show you the beginning and we'll come back once it's done in order for you to see the end result. And then we'll start the second one. So here we go. Just a couple of steps to do. Oh, I forgot to change one setting. I want to take it up to that. And process. There we go. Oh. You know what I forgot? If you watch the machine right now, it is auto measuring. And it is telling the program exactly what I am what distance it is between my laser and my wood so that it knows what to do. So here we go. I press process and we're going to get started in just a moment. It does take a little moment to get itself going, but it will, trust me. There we go, and let's get started. I will give you a few minutes watching just to see how it works. Now over here, I'll just turn you just a little bit. There is two buttons, and I am going to push this button right here, and things will get started. So here we go. It will be very interesting to see how it turns out on the white, only because I have darkened up the engraving, because last time I did it on white, it was okay and I was happy with it, but this has more of an intricate design and I want to be sure that you can really see the detail. It appears to be going exactly the way I want it to, nice and dark on the white. So I am going to go ahead and leave it run. I will let you know how long it says now. It's going to take almost an hour. So of course I'm going to pause the video and we'll come back closer to, oops, hi, closer to when it's done. Hey guys, I wanted to give you another peek just before it finishes. It is coming along beautifully. I cannot open the lid for those of you who have just joined us, but it is on the white round, and I will be back with the complete results as soon as it finishes. Okay, everyone, I'm back, and our engrave is complete. So let's have a look. That is all the scrap that is left. And I won't get rid of it because I can still use it. But I think that this turned out awesome. So there's a look. Just a quick one. I will show you some more once we complete the next piece, which will be on plain wood instead of painted. I'll get that set up and be right back. Okay, some of you have asked what I mean about marking, and I will show you right now. So marking means to show my computer program where this piece of wood round is. And I use these metal clips right here, this simple clip, to hold down my wood. So if it is the least bit warped, it will not move or affect my engraving. So in order to do a mark, you simply take this component, your laser head, and you line it up. And in order to mark a circle, you of course need 3 points, 1, 2, and 3. And all you do is set it at the first point and push the white button on the front. Set it directly across at the next point. White button at the front, keeping in mind that right there where the 2 laser lines cross, I know it's hard for you guys to see, unfortunately, but the 2 laser lines cross like a T, and right in the center is where your mark would be. So I'll mark the second spot, and now I'll go straight down and over and mark the third. And that is my marking complete. So I can now go ahead and hit, oh, I'm too far over, so I'm going to cancel that marking. And I am going to redo it. Why, you ask? Because I want my circle in the middle so I don't waste any wood. So let me reposition my circle. Here we go. It needs to come over this way just a bit. I'll re-clip it down like so. And I will restart my mark. Very simple to do. Takes only seconds. And it tells my laser exactly where it needs to cut and engrave. Whoops. That is much better. So there we go. We have our 3 points. Selected, I can hit done. The reason that I moved my laser head to the center is because, of course, each time you do a new project, you want to remeasure your wood. The packaging on the wood always gives you the measurement of the thickness, but you know what? It never is the same for any piece of wood, and it does make a difference. So keep that in mind. Do not skip over the part where you measure your wood. Okay, guys? It is super important. And here we go. Get it centered. Hit process onto the plain unpainted wood, and it's just getting all of its information. Now it says start, so here we go, starting. I left the settings exactly the same so that everything is equal. I will push start. And this one will take 1 hour and 10 minutes. And already you can see, even though the settings are the same, it does not appear quite as dark, but that may prove incorrect once you see it without the laser lid, okay? So I am going to put you on pause yet again, and I will return with the finished product, and we'll do a little comparison. Hi guys, we're about 10 minutes in, and I just wanted to respond to a question that I had gotten and that I actually forgot about. My bad, I'm very sorry. I was asked if you can pause the laser and have it resume, and you certainly can. So you just go to your program and push pause. And it takes it a second, but it does pause. Now, I don't know how much time you could leave it on pause. I really don't. But, and however, I would, you would not be able to pause it and shift your wood to a better position or something, because that, when it resumed, would offset whatever you're trying to do and it wouldn't line up anymore. And then simply push continue. So if you had to answer the phone and whatnot, you could pause it and do that and then come back. I'm going to push the start and we'll resume. Now we still have 42 minutes left, so I will be back when it is complete. Okay, guys, we're all done. So I'm going to give you a quick peek. You see how faded it looks now through the safety glass? Let's see if it's actually that faded. There we go. I'll bring this over here and I'll give you a quick peek. That's it. I am going to take you back to the other room and we will have a look at how it turned out. Back to pause. Okay, guys, so in total, that probably took 2 hours to do two of them of this size. Now, I did the exact same settings, and the difference was on one, I used the Simply White chalk paste or paint, sorry. from Craft Smart. Okay. So on this one, which is the Canadian map, I used the white chalk paint, just like I showed you over by the laser. And on this one, which is the beaver, I did not. But I still kept the same laser settings. And now you see the issue. For some reason, at some parts of the wood, it's nice and dark the way that I would like it. And at other parts, it lightens right up. But it's not like that in the design. It is something to do with the natural wood. So my question, I'll bring you guys down. My question to you is, what would be your choice? I think for me, myself, it would depend on the project that I am working on. For something like this, with the really narrow map division lines, I love the white. It helped them stand out. If I want a more natural look, I would go this way. For Christmas in July, which is coming up so very fast, guys. I cannot believe that we have basically completed June and we'll be celebrating Canada Day before we know it. Hence, Canada. Um, and right after Canada Day, what begins? Christmas in July. It, yeah, my mind is blown. Where did the year go? It seems the older I get, the faster time goes. But back to the question. If it was you, what look do you prefer? Would you prefer the natural look? Would you prefer the painted look? We could darken this up a bit. And there is another Canada one that I will do that with. I will darken our settings. It will not be today. I do have to go. I do have an appointment, unfortunately. So let's call it part 2 coming up. But what would be your choice? For Christmas in July with ornaments, I think whether it's white or whatever color you pick, I would go painted. Maybe some natural, if you're doing a Christmas village and you want it to have the natural look, I would go natural and possibly darken it up a bit. So like I said, we will try that. That will be coming up. I will write it in my book and do the third one on a darker setting and see where we end up. But for me, personal preference, if I really want something to be seen, if I want all these little details to come out, I think that I would paint and then engrave or very much darken the engraving. All right, guys, I had a great time taking you into the other room to the laser engraver and allowing you guys to watch some bits and pieces and see just how it all works. Feel free to leave a comment and tell me which one you like better. Take care, and I'll see you in whatever comes next. Bye.